Yeah, so lately I've been getting into visual novels, and this one seemed to pique my interest. I just got done playing Shiori's Death Diary, and that was hella fun. Hopefully, this has the same vibes. Anyways, though, speaking of visual novels, I again been just mentioned this already. I have been recently into visual novels. I've got pretty much everything for the science adventure series, and I have anticipating, eager to play Steins Gate and Steins Gate Zero because my goodness, man, everything about Steins Gate is just my favorite. Now I can't wait to reach the robotic notes and everything like that. Again, I'm just so heavy into freaking visual novels that I have been buying them just whenever I see them come across my Steam account. And one in particular is getting an anime movie adaptation, that being Mahoyo, or Witch on a Holy Night. And my goodness, man, if you are not familiar with anything of the nasuverse related, let me just tell you, you probably are, especially if you have watched anything of the Fate franchise or the Fate series. So Fate Stay Night, Fate Unlimited Blade Works, Fate Grand Order, anything with the title of Fate. It's still in the realm of the nasuverse in a way, kind of. I forgot how to like explain all of this, but in a way, some of these timelines or worlds are connected, or they're parallel to another type of timeline or whatever. Anyways, it is all connected in a way, but this is not what the video is about. The video is all about that Mahoyo is finally getting a freaking movie. My goodness, man, if you are not excited about this, man, let me just tell you, you probably will be, because nobody has ever been disappointed in an anime adaptation done by Ufotable. This is a heavy hitter animation studio, and I'll say this right now, if you've watched any of the Fate Stay Night movies, and I'm pretty sure as well as, you know, Garden of Sinners and anything like that, Ufotable has taken care of those animes as well, and they do a phenomenal job, especially for Garden of Sinners, because they were way ahead of their time and still animating series far better than the ones that we get today, like One Punch Man Season 3. Holy crap. What I'm really trying to get at is that we finally have a lot more news when it comes to the animation movie. Now, unfortunately, we do not have the official release date, but the least thing that we can conclude about this whole thing is that it will be releasing around 2026 of this year. So obviously, yeah, we're getting it sooner rather than later, and hopefully maybe towards the end of the summer, or maybe towards like September or October is probably like the more fitting schedule for it, which also runs into the Bunny Girl Senpai movie as well, which I am extremely excited for, so keep an eye out on the lookout for that. But this is not about Bunny Girl Senpai, this is about Mahoyo. Now, one thing that they also did mention within this announcement is that Witch on a Holy Night, new anime movie from Ufotable, has confirmed the original voice cast from Type Moon visual novel will be kept for the freaking movies. Good freaking lord, I am so happy to hear that, because I have fell in love with a lot of our characters like Sonoji, Aoko, and Alice, and I'm so used to their voices, as I recently just played the visual novel, and I think I didn't mention that at the beginning of the video. I played this recently, ever since the anime movie was said to be announced and set to be, you know, released in 2026. So I went ahead and bought the game, played the first few chapters, and immediately fell in love with the vibe, the story, the power system within the series, and just overall everything about this whole story. I think that as far as the farthest that I've gotten to was them going to the theme park, and I'm just gonna stop right there because it gets very intense. But yeah, no, it's amazing. I love every single character's voices, and I'm so glad to hear that the original OG voice actors are finally returning and are going to be doing this in the movie. My gosh, man. So if you want to know who these guys are, we have Haruka Tomatsu, who's going to be voicing Aoko Aokazaki, our main character, our main female character, who is very famous for voicing characters like Asuna from Sword Art Online, Zero Two from Darling in the Franxx, and even Hori from Hori Mia. You can kind of see what this type of character Aoko is going to be, especially if you haven't watched the anime. She's going to be fitting in like not so much of a tsundere, well, kind of a tsundere, well, pretty much a tsundere character role, and I feel like this is just like a very fitting voice actor for her. I mean, I kind of just imagine Aoko's voice kind of being like this from the very beginning. Now, moving on, we have the voice actor for Sonoji, and I know this is his name, I hate pronouncing it, so I call him Sonoji, as everybody else does in the fandom, but he is also very, very well known for voicing Senku from Dr. Stone, Arthur from Fire Force, and Subaru from Re:Zero. Yeah, no, this guy is absolutely phenomenal, and Sonoji is one of my favorite characters, and literally all the characters that have been announced to have their OG voice actors are all my favorite. They're all my top 3, obviously, except for one, and she is in her own league, and that is Aoko's sister. Anyways, continuing on, we have the voice actor for Alice, who is, again, this is awesome because I just really love, if anything, I would put Alice over Aoko Okazaki because I just like her vibe. I like those characters that are very monotone, very bland, but also once you get to know them a little bit more and dive deeper into the story, they kind of change a little bit. But she also voices Ichika from Quintessential Quintuplet, Kanade from Angel Beats, oh my lord, and Mayuri from Steins Gate, Mitsuri from Demon Slayer, and so on and so forth. So this one is a, you know, she has range. Mayuri from Steins Gate is very uplifting and upgoing, but then we have Kanade from Angel Beats, who is very monotone, bland, and bleak. So I really do like the cast that we have. I'm glad that they are back, and I cannot wait to see how this movie is going to be, you know, portrayed. Now, if you haven't watched or played the visual novel, let me tell you, man, you are missing out. Even though it is a lot of reading and there is a lack of like animation because it's more reading than visuals, although there are a lot of visuals, it is still damn pleasing to look at. My gosh, the art is phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see some certain scenes be animated. Now, I don't want to spoil it for y'all because it is just very breathtaking, but that's all I really got to say. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this movie, if you're excited for this movie, and if you're excited to hear that the OG cast is finally coming back, redo all of this once again. And I hope that this isn't the first one. From what I understand, Mahoyo is only going to be the Mahoyo movie is going to be covering like maybe 1 to 6 chapters, if I am not wrong, maybe a little bit more than that. But I hope that this isn't going to be the first one, and this is going to be maybe a trilogy movie if they can break it up that way. If not, then maybe just a part 2, because I'm still not caught up with the story. But again, let me know what y'all guys think down in the comments below. Anyways, appreciate y'all for hanging on. If you made it this far into the video, why not drop a like and subscribe, as that does help around on the channel a lot. Anyways, though, y'all have a wonderful freaking day, and I'll see y'all next time. Adios, guys.